Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am your story guide for today, Gilbert Ramos, and we, of course, are the Rolling Nomads. Today, we continue our Scion Chronicle. Scion Godsend continues. I have no announcements, so I think it's time to meet our Scions. Starting, of course, with our newly discovered son of Sun Wukong. Let's get this started, shall we?
Hey guys, Charles here. Left off in the bar. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Gregor, but I hear you get free beer for whooping the shit out of other patrons here, so we'll see what we can do for free booze.
Hello, I'm Gregor DeWitt. Found Charles, that's good. Nothing else is wrong. Absolutely nothing else.
Hey, what's up, everybody? MAJIN here. Just went through some weird shit, but that's expected when you're walking around with these two. So, yeah.
Indeed. Weird shit. I'm sure that today the continuation of today will serve to be quite normal. So, let's get right into it. Episode 2 of Scion Godsend. We have issues with video.
Whose video?
All of us. I blame Tom Clancy.
Oh, I fixed it. Kind of. Almost.
I blame Tom Clancy. It's obviously his fault.
That feels wrong. Okay. I don't know what happened here. Apologies, viewers. Weird. Alright.
We can't blame
Jumping
Tom Clancy.
right into it. Last we left off, our heroes, we'll say, had assembled in Central Park. All from various, I would say backgrounds, but these three have been friends since childhood. They, of course, went their separate ways, uniting for no particular reason, for no particular purpose, in the year 2022, in January, in New York City. Gregor, being the only one who is not nomadic, has an apartment. Well, had an apartment, as we've recently learned that he is being evicted. Not just him, the entire building, of course, is being made to leave. It was bought up by new owners and will now be housing for Scions. MAJIN and Gregor met up on Gregor's way to search for Charles, who had been missing for about 4 days. They found him in Central Park. Madness ensued very quickly with all manner of zoo animals, zebras, a leopard, and then a small stampede of rhinos, quickly approaching our heroes. They were saved by a gentleman with a tail, a bow staff, and lovely hair. He quickly made himself known to be the great sage equaling heaven. The Monkey King himself, Sun Wukong, then whisked them away after saving them from the rhinos that were stampeding toward them, and revealed himself to be something further. Charles's father. Explaining the situation, explaining that he was now going to be a part of divinity should he continue down whatever path Sun Wukong had planned for him. He then fed him a peach, helping to unlock or rise the divinity out of Charles. It was a messy affair. It was about this time that Gregor got his phone call that he was being evicted. Conversation ensued, of course, as you are wont to do with a long-lost father. And then they were whisked away back down to Central Park. Charles with a new gift, a new birthright from his father, a somersault cloud that allows him to fly and soar through the air. Our heroes then made their way to the dive bar that Gregor frequents, where Gregor had a very strange vision of water and eyes, the void staring. He was, of course, standing in the doorway when this happened and blocking MAJIN's path. So when asked what his problem was, asked why he was standing in the middle of the doorway, he went to open his mouth and then spat out salt water. The three continued over to the bar, ready to have their beer and process the day's events. Gentlemen, it is about 2, maybe 3 p.m. We join you now at that same bar. Your guys' scene.
I'm gonna go make a phone call right quick. You know my usual, Chuck.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
better
got
be
you.
calling a doctor or something.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get the usual for Gregor.
Just give me whatever's on tap.
Jeremy nods. He pours you. There's no label, there's no symbol or design that gives you a signifier of what's on tap. But he pulls the tab, fills a mug, places it in front of you, MAJIN.
So,
Who do I gotta
Charles,
fight to make the drink spree?
bro, are we not going to talk about what just happened?
What's there to talk about? I feel like everything's kind of been covered.
I mean, maybe, I guess, but still, it's fucking. Your mom had sex with a monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
All right. I mean, I guess if you're cool, I'm just trying to make sure you're good.
Yeah, I'll be good. I'm just going to bury that and never think of it.
All right. Well, yeah, let's do that then. As I take some sips of my beer.
Indeed, you guys push the thought down and hope that the alcohol will help. Though Charles, no doubt that will spring up again in your mind throughout your years to come.
Just bury it down again.
You just have to stay distracted. You just need to constantly keep moving and constantly keep thinking.
There it is.
Coping mechanisms. Gregor, we join you. You're making a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
To?
Madam Jasmine, one of my contacts. The magically inclined info broker. I need aid.
You do this. Madam Jasmine is usually busy in the afternoons. though she tends to answer your phone calls more frequently than anyone else's. After 2 rings, you hear her voice. Gregor.
Hello. I have a case I'm working, and I need your guidance.
Oh, Mr. DeWitt. I'm happy to assist you with all matters. What can I do for you?
All right. So, the person in question thinks that they're being stalked by somebody. The only indication they have was a vision forced into their head. They gave me a brief description of the vision, and I was wondering if you could use that to give me an idea of which pantheon this person might be from.
Of course, I'll look into it. I will need the full description. Leave no details out.
All right. So started off, they were entering through a doorway. I know that sometimes doorways mean things. And they described it as being up among the stars, floating in the emptiness. Then suddenly gravity took hold, and they began to fall. Eventually, they fell into the ocean. Weird combination, space and ocean. Then kept falling through the water. Eventually, they drown. But instead of, when they inhaled the water, instead of dying, they were able to breathe normally for but a moment. Then they found themselves face to face with large quantities of eyes. I don't necessarily think that that's actually what they saw, but who knows? They were all looking at the individual. Then they felt something on the back of their neck and heard the word soon. Then, upon coming out of the vision, they were pushed by one of their friends, and they threw up the salt water they had ingested, implying to me some sort of spatial relocation as well. Not sure what to make of it.
Sounds like Titan nonsense to me initially, but I'll do some digging and get you a more solid answer rather than just a jumping to conclusions.
Also, previously in the day, they had witnessed a Scion's visitation. One of the Chinese pantheon.
Ah, I see.
So it's possible that particular Scion that was visited, there was something else watching, and they happened to latch on to this individual. That's my going theory, but I don't know much about the magical world. Or not nearly as enough as I would like.
I'll look into it. If it is connected, we'll see. And if, with my initial thought of it being Titan related, if it is connected, I would think Sea Dragon, but the eye doesn't explain the eyes.
Yeah. The star connection, isn't stars something about future sight too? It's the symbology of the whole thing that's the problem. I don't know what means what yet.
I'll do some digging and I'll get back to you, say tomorrow evening. Should give me quite enough time to piece some things together.
Alright, I appreciate it. I'll have your usual fee ready.
Thank you very much, Mr. DeWitt. It's always a pleasure to do business with you.
Always a pleasure to do business with you, Madam Jasmine. Have a wonderful day.
Ta, dear.
Bye.
You hang up the phone. Strangely enough, her words didn't exactly help to make you feel better. But you are now free to rejoin your friends.
I will. If it's Titan nonsense, I blame the monkey.
You rejoin your friends. They're sharing a beer. In silence, strangely.
What's going on, guys?
Wasn't there a way to get these beers for free?
Yes.
How does one go about that? Because I am a whole broke bitch.
You pick a fight with somebody.
There it is. I'm gonna
Yeah.
survey my surroundings to see who I can pick a fight with.
Like I said, it taps out at 3.
Alright. Survey my surrounding for 3 fights.
All right.
God.
I won't require a roll for this necessarily. It's very easily, especially now that you are a Scion, or now that you are aware that you are a Scion, it is going to be very easy. It's just a matter of who you want to start with. If you want to start with somebody who's maybe being an asshole, or someone who's just minding their own. It depends. Pick your prey, basically. What kind of person
the strongest
are you,
looking
Charles?
person, I suppose.
Are you sure? You sure you want to do this? I feel like there's some legality stuff. Like, aren't
You
you
didn't
like
say I had to
registered?
win. You said I just had to pick a fight, right?
I'm pretty sure you got to
Why
win.
wouldn't I pick the strongest
You got-
person?
You gotta win.
Yeah, the winner
I have
gets their beer paid for.
Yeah, and it's only one.
I'm
Like-
just saying, like you're not like a mortal anymore. Like,
First of all, don't be so fucking loud about that, okay? Like, don't ruin this for me.
well,
Secondly,
all right.
I'm gonna look for the strongest motherfucker. Strongest looking fella.
Understood.
Or
The individual, so the first individual you select, the largest person, the biggest person, you don't exactly lock eyes, but you just stare for a second. Gregor, you very quickly see that he is staring at Horus. Horus isn't this man's real name, but he's such a large brute of a man that people have just started calling him Horus. He doesn't seem to mind. He is of Russian descent. Apparently his family came over from the old country to New York a long time ago, and he was born and raised. Generations have passed, and he has been a New York native alongside his family for years and years.
Yeah. Don't. Charles, just don't pick a
fight
fight
me,
with
you
Horus.
big, beautiful bastard!
God damn it.
Horus kind of turns around. You can see a heavy scar along his cheek. It looks like it connects on the right side, right at the corner of his mouth, as if something may have happened. Either an incident with an Irish fish hook, or some other blade, or either way. He's got 5 o'clock shadow. His head is shaved. Doesn't do anything for noticing the receding hairline, but he turns to look at you, Charles, and just, I don't think that would be fair.
I'll chalk that up to your warning. I'm gonna start walking over there, and if I happen to get in range and he still doesn't perceive me as a threat, I'm gonna clock him right in the schnoz.
Your friend wants to die, Gregor.
Please don't kill him. He's not gonna get talked out of the fight.
He starts to stand. He just have the ambulance on speed dial.
Got it.
That's fair. Can you fit into one ambulance?
Horus stands at 6'7", 320 pounds. Not entirely made of muscle, but he is. He's built like a brick shit house. And he looks down at you, Charles, and just, you sure you want to do this, little man?
You ever fight a leopard?
Can't say I have.
It's a lot of fun, I'll tell you. Let's fucking do this.
He takes a drink from his glass, and in a very comical moment, he takes a drink, just chugging the remains, throws the glass to the ground, and then goes to punch you. While that's going on, Gregor and MAJIN, what are you guys up to?
So that was a fun time with the monkeys, right?
I mean, yeah, it was weird. He doesn't really want to talk about it, but
Yeah,
guess
it's
he's
kind of odd.
dealing with it the way he usually do. I mean, I don't know. Is
Running
this what
away?
you usually do? Well, I'm picking fights.
This is the first time he's picked a fight just like that. Usually he gets provoked.
Well, what about you? Your house?
And it's not a big concern. There's a lot of open housing recently. A lot of people moved out of the city when everything started. A couple
Well, if
years
you need
back.
anything, let me know. I'm
Oh,
sure we could scoop something up for you. So
I appreciate that. I get the feeling that Charles is going to pick a fight with the Scions who kicked me out, though. And they're heroes.
yeah, it's not really heroic to kick out a bunch of people that's, maybe barely making it here in New York City on a week.
Yeah.
What was it? They gave you a week?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's heroic, but heroism isn't necessarily required for legend. I mean, look at Hercules. His most famous act is murdering his kids.
Well, that's pretty brutal.
No, that's what happens when you're a child of Zeus.
At the mention of a week before he has to leave, I'm gonna give you guys a choice to make a roll. This is dealing more with the legality of it being a week. So whatever skill you guys think would be appropriate there, I would recommend either culture
Academics?
or culture, academics, maybe integrity could be argued for. Entirely up to you guys.
Well,
Gotta do culture.
I'm gonna have to argue for integrity, because I don't have any dots in the other two. So,
Make your argument.
simple. New York has very, very well-known laws about keeping people housed, to the point where Gregor's rent would have been locked the moment it was set in, for as long as he lived there, it wouldn't have been able to be risen. I would argue that most individuals in New York are very familiar with these laws.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, it showed up in Friends. In the very first episode of Friends.
I fucking hate that show. We're done here. I'm gonna stop you before you start pissing me off.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead. Integrity. MAJIN, you said culture.
Yeah, culture.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, for anyone who sees this. That's okay though. And then this is going to be the mental arena. You guys can of course choose your approach: power, finesse, or resistance.
Power.
Resilience, I should say. And so intelligence and integrity from you, Gregor. MAJIN, what are you rolling?
Cunning, finesse.
Understood. Cunning and culture, please. I'm gonna call this difficulty 1.
Four successes.
3 successes.
This is all, of course, happening as you guys begin to hear Charles and Horace beating the ever-loving shit out of each other. Charles gets thrown back against the bar at one point, grabs for his beer, accidentally grabs yours, Gregor, and takes a quick drink, sets it down, and then leaps back in. With 4...
That's his free drink. He just drank from it.
How many successes one more time, Majin?
3.
With 4 and a 3, difficulty 1, you guys succeed amazingly. There's not really much enhancement that can go toward this for later, or a stunt that can be pulled off. But you surprisingly, you know, you guys are both very well aware of eviction laws, for whatever reason. Probably for very different reasons, honestly. Yeah, no, especially, Gregor, in your case, you paid, rent was due at the beginning of the month. You got called, today is the 2nd of January. You just paid rent the day before, yesterday. You should have the rest of the month. This isn't right. This is wholly illegal.
Let's see if I can convince my landlord not to give me the money back.
I mean, you sure? You might just want to take it and flip it.
Well, the alternative is suing the Scion organization, and they'll settle out of court. Because they're Scions, and depending on how legendary they are, the more it's going to affect them. There's some sweet old ladies who live in my apartment block.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it sounds like money to me. It's none of my business, but it sounds like money.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a...
I'll think on it.
There's a shout from Charles, and you guys can hear him just... What do you shout, Charles? You're about to throw Horace. What do you say?
Just eat it, nerd.
You guys hear just a scream of "beat it, nerd," and then almost like this, a sixth sense. You can feel it like a rush of wind. Go ahead and give me... I'm going to call this... Again, I'm not going to give you too much of a choice on this one. This is going to be athletics and probably dexterity. You're trying to dodge. If you can make an argument for another attribute, sure. But I think athletics and dexterity would be most appropriate.
I have to agree. Three material successes.
Said 3 material successes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was for us?
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
What was it
he
again?
threw them at us.
You threw them at us?
Dex athletics.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to catch him. I thought we had to turn him into the bar for the free drink.
Nobody said that, ever!
It made sense to me.
Oh my goodness.
3
And it's
successes.
to get him back for throwing me into the bar.
Yeah, so three material successes from both of you. You guys managed to just drop quick enough that Horace flies right above your guys' heads. He smacks into the back wall. Luckily, Jeremy does not keep the top shelf booze or like the bottles on display. That's rich people bar shit. He's not for that. He keeps that shit tucked away behind a locked little metal grate. So he gets just slammed into the back wall. He does shatter a small mirror, but Horace just groans, and Jeremy just stands off in the corner with a cigarette in his mouth. Just, dude.
I'm sorry. Can I have a free beer now?
Are you fucking kidding? My guy. Get him. Get him. Just. Horace. He kicks him. Horace just kind of gets up. Just. Ugh. I think he's earned his beer.
You know, you should work on getting stronger, Horace. We can fight again later.
I will fuck your world up, little man. So help me God.
I threw you over a bar, Horace. Like, I don't know what you think you're gonna accomplish. You need to
Oh.
train.
Stop antagonizing Horace. He's my friend.
Well, he's my friend too. We fought now.
Goes from behind the bar, claps you on the back of the your back to your shoulder, Gregor. Again, his hands. He's a very large man. He just he goes over to you, Charles, and just next week.
Okay. If I'm here next week, absolutely.
Okay. Goes back over. His friends are kind of just like, Jesus, Horace, you got fucked up.
You said I can do this 3 times, right?
But you also broke a mirror.
Oh, fuck.
Jeremy kind of looks at you. That's 7 years bad luck, my dude. Just
Yeah, that's
hands you a
fine.
beer.
I'm not worried about bad luck.
So, the scene is once again yours. If you guys have anything important to talk about, anything to discuss, by all means. Or we can speed through it and you guys can... we'll just chalk it up to drinking and merrymaking.
I'm good to letting these two catch up more or less. We can speed through it if you guys don't want to actually play out catching up.
I want to catch up on what just
Everything I
happened,
wanted to
and he
do.
doesn't want to talk about it.
There's so much that's happened in our lives that we haven't caught up on. Not just the parts that we were there for.
Yeah, but still.
I mean,
rows of fucking monkeys and gorillas.
I know. That's kind of weird, right? He's the Monkey King, so why gorillas?
Because they're primates.
See, that brings something good to question. Well, I get to
What?
control primates.
Yes.
Is there a level of sentience that's required before I'm not allowed to control them? Like, would I eventually be able to control humans?
Okay, so I'm gonna say it right quick. Almost every single pantheon agrees humans are not beasts. I'm willing to bet yours does too. There's that little spark in humans.
Human?
I don't know.
Or is he monkey?
I never looked into it.
Is monkey... Is that offensive? I'm not trying to...
If I had to make a wild guess, or I don't know, I've seen. I watched a video on him at one point. I believe he's an actual monkey. He's a very powerful monkey, but he's a monkey.
Well, what are you gonna do? What's your plans?
I figure that if he's going to try and set up a path for me, he'll do so in a way that I would naturally go. So as long as I just keep doing what I'm doing, eventually I'll stumble across it.
But he was trying to get you to be raised Buddhist.
Yeah, he didn't try very hard, apparently.
I'm gonna just point out, like, he had a path planned for you, and you wandered off of it.
I didn't wander off of being raised in a monastery Buddhist. My mom died and was raised as an orphan. Like, what do you want from me? Like,
I'm gonna point out, there was a planned path already. He's obviously not that good at putting people on the right path.
Even as a baby, Charles didn't have a sense of direction. Was supposed to be raised in a temple, couldn't do that. Ended up in an orphanage. Several.
Got lost on a cosmic sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are we sure that, like, he doesn't already have a destined path planned out, and that you've wandered off of it already? Because you wandered off the mortal life he planned on you living.
I don't know.
And is he that much of a mastermind where he could get you to follow the path without you realizing it?
Isn't he a renowned trickster?
Yeah, but, like, if I recall correctly,
I'm
his
sure-
major trickery is turning into something, convincing that that person that he is that thing that he turned into, and then being like, "Aha! It was me all along."
All I'm saying is, if you got some brothers or sisters, it'd be cool to find them. You know.
That would be pretty cool, but I don't know how I would go about that.
Could
I
look
guess
for-
I could just try Googling it.
I mean, ask him.
I
I mean, did he give you
fucking-
like his phone number or something?
No. He slapped himself and turned into a cloud of gold dust. Like, you guys were there. Like, you saw the extent of my paternal communication.
I mean, like, Google it. Like, all the Scion organizations, you can usually go through a list of their Scions because they like to get their names out there.
Well, here we go. Are there more strong guys over there next to Horus?
Wasn't Horus the biggest motherfucker in the room?
Horus was the biggest dude in the room, but there are other people that you could potentially fight. Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to challenge one of them to an arm wrestle. I'm going to ask him, hey, do you know of any Scions of Sun Wukong?
You're gonna. What was your question?
Do you know of any Scions of Sun Wukong?
No.
If you did, would you tell me? Like, let's be real right now.
I don't have any opinion of you, friend. I don't know what. What?
If I beat you in an arm wrestling match, will you tell me about the Scions of Sun Wukong?
This is the weirdest fucking interaction I've ever had in my life. But sure. I will. If you beat me in an arm wrestling competition, I will tell you all that I know about Scions of Sun Wukong.
Fuck yes!
What do I get if I win?
A beer. Basically, I'll let you hit me and I'll drop to the floor like a sack of potatoes, and you can get a free beer.
You just beat the shit out of Horus. Why would you let your reputation get sullied like that?
I don't care about my reputation.
Goodness.
I care about alcohol, so let's do it.
Yeah!
Anything MAJIN and Gregor?
No. No.
Just drink.
Yeah.
Okay. Charles, it's going to be an opposed roll. We are going to roll. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have you roll for this, but this is one of your short-term deeds, and I'm not just going to give it to you. So,
Well, so was the fight, but...
What's that?
So was the fight.
Oh, I missed that. Damn. You got me, clever little monkey. All right. What skill would you like?
I don't know. I'm thinking athletics.
Athletics and what approach? This will be the physical arena.
Power.
So athletics and might, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He will match that. So, go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. I have 5 successes. I think 2 of them are material. 3 of them are 10s. I need to roll. Or are they all?
Those are all material.
Okay.
The only things that wouldn't be counted as material successes are like the enhancement stuff like that.
I got 2 more 10s on my 3 rolls. Do I get to roll those again?
Yeah, keep going.
Fuck.
And break this man's arm.
It's a 7 success.
7 successes. 7 successes compared to his 2. Yeah, so very quickly he starts to I'll let you decide how you want to do this. He's pushing against you and you can already feel like this dude has no chance. Do you want to give him like the little fake out of just like, oh, we starting? Okay, yeah. Or do you want to pretend? Do you want to just
I'm
immediately
gonna pretend. I'm gonna
destroy
let him like get my arm like over, and then I'm just gonna slam him the fuck down. I'm gonna try and send him out of his chair.
Okay, I'll allow that. As I sort of stunt. So you do this. You fake this a little bit, and you're just like, oh no, oh god, how? Oh no, how could I? Who could have foreseen this? Oh, how is this happening? Oh no! And then you just slam his hand down onto the table. You smash his hand through the table, and then flip. He flips. The shock of it kind of makes you let go of his hand, and for better or worse, because you let go of his hand, he goes flying, smacking into another group, and Jeremy just looks and just, stop breaking my bar.
There's no way I could have known that was going to happen. Are you sure if these tables don't have dry rot?
Look, I will give you 2 free beers if you'll just sit the fuck down.
Okay. Alright. I'll help old boy give it up and walk him over to the bar, let him have a beer with me.
You do this. Yeah. Free beers are had, fights are no longer required.
What does he know about Sun Wukong? Like, Scions of Sun Wukong?
This man doesn't know jack shit about Scions of Sun Wukong.
You're lucky I'm not beating this shit out of you right here and now.
He did. Technically, he is not
Fucking
wrong.
audacity.
I told you
Oh
I didn't
my
know
goodness.
anything about Scions of Sun Wukong, and then you still pressed and then decided you wanted to arm wrestle me. You almost fucking pulled my arm out of its socket. I don't know what you want from me, man.
I want you to shut the fuck up and drink your beer now, okay? Like, I'm tired of hearing you at this point.
Can I go back? Can I go back to my table?
No, you're gonna sit right here. You're gonna drink that fucking drink.
Help. You guys continue to drink, continue to make merry and catch up. If there's anything else, let me know now.
No.
After a while, how long do you guys stay? Hour, 2 hours?
Say till about 5:30.
Yeah.
5:30 comes around, you guys tab out and apologize to Jeremy for the broken table, the broken mirror. And you guys make your way outside. What is the plan here, gentlemen?
Where are we going?
I was gonna go back, start packing, try to get my money back. Do we have anything else we need to do?
Oh, sounds like a plan to me. I mean, I'm good with playing that PS5 you got. So
By
I
all
forgot my
means.
fucking dog in Sun Wukong's tower.
the what?
His
I forgot my
dogs.
fucking dogs in Sun Wukong's tower.
Yeah. I mean, they'll make their way back. They're disciples. So
Right now they're playing with the monkeys.
Good
They're
point.
learning all the tricks.
Maybe this is a good thing.
Or it's a really bad thing.
You guys make your way toward Gregor's apartment. You guys live on the, well, Gregor lives on the island of Manhattan. All very close to Central Park, and this is technically, I believe Gregor lives on the outskirts of Hell's Kitchen.
Mhm.
And you guys make your way. MAJIN, or is this the same order as arriving at the bar? Yes, MAJIN riding the motorcycle, Charles and Gregor on the somersault cloud.
Yeah.
yeah.
Same affair as last time as well, Gregor. You start out with just standing, holding onto his shoulders, and after a while, a couple quick turns, too tight of a turn, you end up kind of just gripping onto him. But eventually, you guys get back to the apartment complex. This is just an apartment building. Nothing special on below. It's just run down a little bit. Not exactly the tallest building on the block, but it suffices.
Yeah, it's good enough. That's all I needed.
Yeah, let's walk in.
And to
You
my
think we're going to
first
bump
order.
into the Scions here?
To who?
Do you think we're going to bump into the Scions while we're here?
I don't know. Looks over at the building. Have they put up a sign yet?
Nothing yet, no.
I don't think they're here yet.
Out they'll show until everybody move out, you know. Don't want to
Yeah.
start any fights, you know.
You
Yeah.
guys make your way inside. Gregor lives on the 4th floor. Making your way up the stairs. You guys start to walk down the hall. And you all start to hear, or as voices escalate, Gregor's landlord arguing with a tenant. You can hear a woman's voice, angry yet pleading. This isn't right. This is illegal. A week? We just paid rent. We need more time. You can hear the landlord speak. It's not my problem. I have sold the building already. This is the protocol that they wanted taken care of. Take it up with the new building owners, okay? Not my problem. What would you guys like to do?
Are there any cameras in the hallway?
No.
Fantastic. I'm going to tell him to leave the lady alone.
What is your problem? I have not had... Who are you? Tell me
He's
this.
a friend of mine.
You guys
We've
walk
met.
up. There is a woman standing across from the landlord. She is joined by 2 small children who likely are too young to understand what is happening.
Do I know her? Is she on this floor?
No, she does not reside on the 4th floor, no.
Okay. To be fair, you could at least refund us the rent we paid yesterday.
I will be distributing money as I can. You can hear
just
the
sold
woman
the building.
interrupt. The money's not the issue. Where am I going to find another apartment this within a week? That's insane. It's not my problem. I told you already. I sold building, and you need to take it up with new building owners.
Well, where we find the new building owners?
He pulls out of his pocket a crumpled card, hands it over to you.
Fantastic.
This
I'm going to look at the
is
crumpled card, I suppose.
Crumpled card just has a single name on it. Ms. Blanche. The front of the card has what looks to be the name of the organization. It is Scion Planar Hero Organization.
What a trash name. Where do I find these people? Like, this is just a name and a name.
Google them.
Here, you Google them. I'm not good at looking things up.
I Google their street address, and I give it to Charles. And then
Why
I tell...
are you going to give it to... Why?
Because he's not going to find it. He's never going to find this place. He's never going to find this place. Even if I activate Google Maps, he's going to get lost.
Mm-hmm.
The woman is still arguing with your landlord. You get the sense that she won't be able to go take it up with the new owners. She works a double, and can't miss a shift. One of the other tenants is watching her children while she's working. She won't have the time and space to go speak with these people.
That's a shame.
Well, what are you doing right now? We could just go.
Right now, I have work in 30 minutes.
If you show me where you work, I could take you to work too.
Don't go with him.
As long as you lead the way, it'll be fine.
Don't go with him. You will not make it to work on time.
This woman is she's wearing a waitress's uniform. She's of kind of caramel colored skin, hair tied back into a bun. Her children are of similar skin tone. Wearing children's garb. There's not really much to say about, like, they're not high in fashion. They're not wearing Gucci and Prada or anything like that. But one of them, a young girl, kind of goes over to MAJIN and starts to just tug at his pant leg.
So,
Small child, probably about 4 years old. And just, I like your vest.
oh, thank you. I worked a long time to get it.
It's cool.
Yeah, this is awkward.
I don't know what that means.
Nah, yeah. Well, you like it here?
Shrugs.
Well, this is awkward.
While MAJIN is having this awkward moment, what is Gregor and Charles doing?
I'm gonna Google almost said short-term lets. Renter open apartments in the local area. And I'm gonna just give her the list of names. Because, frankly, I don't see this situation getting resolved in any way that matters. The Scions are gonna roll over us little guys. They tend to do that.
You do this. She takes it down as many names as she can. This doesn't give her much hope, though.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but Scions tend to roll over us mortals. It happens.
This is completely illegal. A week to move out. We've already paid rent, and I don't want my money back. I want more time.
I get it, but like I said, the Scions roll over us mortals. If you really if we could really have done anything, this problem would have been a thing to begin with.
Yeah, you say this, and there's a little bit of silence before she starts to cry, kind of accepting the inevitability of it all. At this, the child that was not exactly pestering you, MAJIN, but kind of goes back over to his mother. Both kids kind of get the sense that mom's not okay, and are kind of hugging at her now.
Hey, well, with that, now that I've made a woman cry, I'm going to do the strategic thing and retreat.
Hey, MAJIN, can we go to the Scion organization?
Yeah,
You
give
know
me
you
a
want to take
second.
that shit in as bad as I do.
Listen,
I'm
listen.
gonna
It's
approach
5:30. They're not going to be there right now.
What were you saying,
Anybody
MAJIN?
at the?
I'm approaching the landlord and tell him you got the money, right?
Yes, I have their money, yes.
Okay, how about you go ahead and give him back to it?
There's a process for these things. I have to take... I
Is
need to
there
get the ledger...
like a week of selling your building and all that shit? I'm sure the city of New York, all us regular folk, getting put out on a week notice, isn't gonna sound too good.
This is no
Politicians like to, make names for themselves, right?
this is no longer my issue, my friend. This is
See,
It
you're
is
the
your
person
issue.
that sold the building, so I'm sure
You could have
once
told us you were in talks.
how many people live here? What, 100?
Well,
150?
there's about 50 apartments on each floor. It's a 10-story building.
Average about 2 to
story
3 people.
A 10-story building full of people, women, children, getting put out. What, in dead winter? You
this
think
is
that's gonna flow?
I need to look out for myself, my friend. This was not anything personal to any of my tenants. I love my tenants. But this
Don't
was
say
not
that.
this
Don't
was
lie to
not
me.
this was not personal. This was
You love yourself, and that's why
It
you're going
was
to give them
just-
their money back. If you don't, I'm going to break you like a Kit Kat bar.
He will do it too.
So yeah, let's go ahead and take a walk, get their money back, and at least start getting back on the right path.
both of you go ahead, and this is going to be a sort of intimidation. So choose a skill. Do you want to lead him in the right direction using leadership? Do you want to be persuasive? What do you guys want to do?
Kind of want him to fear for his life. Like, can I use survival and like imitate like different predatory animals, like tactics when dealing with other predators? Like blowing my chest up, like making ridiculous amounts of eye contact. Like
it's a stretch. It's a stretch, but I'll allow it.
Okay, cool.
Less verbal, more physical, and frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, and
Maj, what
I mean,
about
I
yourself?
feel like that would happen.
If I lay hands on them, can I use close combat? Like,
Yes.
say, hand on shoulder, gripping very, very hard and uncomfortable. Like,
Absolutely. So we have close combat and survival. This is going to. I'm going to let you guys choose. Well, Majin, you get to choose between social and physical arena, and then of course you're choosing your approach. Charles, this is going to be the social arena for you, despite acting like an animal. This is still trying to give off signals of back down, little man.
Yeah, I was going to use power so I could make it more of a presence thing.
Okay. Presence and survival for Charles. Majin, what would you like?
close combat and might.
Understood.
Oh no.
You grip a little bit too hard onto his shoulder, and go ahead and give me those rolls.
I got 3 success. 3 materials success.
5 successes. One of them was a 10.
Yeah. Very quickly, it's just not exactly a change of tone. He says, "Okay, if you want this taken care of now, we'll take care of it now. There's like anything else to do today? Sure, fine." You guys escort him back to his space. He has an apartment here as well. Part of the joy of being a landlord is if you have an apartment building, you can kind of live there for free yourself. His, of course, is larger than everyone's. Gregor's is a studio. Most people's have like a studio apartment. He's got a 1-bedroom. Not the nicest, of course, but still larger and nicer than everyone else's. He begins to track things on his laptop. A ledger of who's made payments this month.
I'm curious to where he's living now.
I am moving out of the country.
Out of the country, man. It's a big move. They must have paid you a lot then, huh?
They are not known to skimp on their business deals, no.
Was all that money meant for you, or was some of that money meant to help your tenants move on?
There's no indication they paid me for the building.
Okay. Well, let's get the money. Start handing it out.
He finds her name. You guys learn that her name is Violet Mort. And he begins to count out money. He's got a safe full of cash at this point. In his life, apparently doesn't trust banks, but he begins to count out money, and then goes to hand it to you guys, and then kind of hesitates and says, "You want to make delivery, or shall I?"
Doesn't matter to me.
But while we're here, you might as well go ahead and get my man's money too. So
Fair enough. He hands the money to you guys. Begins to count out Gregor's. Hands it over to you, Gregor.
Snatch it up. Thank you.
Now, if we are all finished here, I will be busy for the rest of the afternoon into the evening.
Handing out everybody else's money.
And possibly having some dinner. It is almost 6 o'clock.
How about the money first, mate?
I will take care of it as soon as possible, okay?
yeah, we'll make it easy
All
for
right.
you and take this back to, what was her name again? Violet?
Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What room was she in? I feel like she went back to her room.
And gives you her apartment number. She's on the 5th floor, 3rd space.
Yep.
We'll go
All right.
give it to her.
Room 503.
You guys arrive, and she is giving some instructions to the babysitter. And the door is open. She's scrambling to get things ready, grabbing keys and her purse and whatnot. You guys catch her right as she is standing in the doorway giving a last minute instruction.
No, it's not much, but we got the money back. You got the list of apartment complexes. Look around. Does it look like she'll get her security deposit back too?
Yeah. For the most part, yes. There's a little bit of crayon drawing on the wall, but it's easily washed off with some Lysol.
Looks like you'll get your security deposit back too. We've done the best we can for you, ma'am, but I'm sorry this situation had happened to us.
I appreciate it. I just wish I could talk to the sons of bitches that are lording over us, as you said.
We can talk to him for you.
I don't think that's gonna help. Mainly because
Well, I wanted to talk to him anyway.
Mainly because they bought the building. They bought the building for a purpose, and he's leaving the country. So it's not like they can just undo the purchase.
Yeah, but this isn't right. Scions. It's like something changes in them, you know? Like they just forget that they were people once. They're not.
Well, to be fair, at this point I'm leaning up on the wall. To be fair, some of them never were. Other ones were born with it and can make the argument that they were also never people. They just didn't realize what they were. I mean, you hear the myths about, what's that, Scion of Poseidon, who was able to control water from the age of like 10. They thought
Are you
he
talking
thought he
about
was
the
a
Percy
sorcerer.
Jackson theories?
What are you talking about?
The Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan.
there's while this is going on, Majin, you can't help but you kind of assess things as you move through the world. You peek into the apartment a little bit. The babysitter is taking care of the younger child. The 4-year-old that was tugging at your pant leg now is wearing looks like a tiny. It's a vest. It's not like yours. It's not leather or anything like that. But it looks like it was like from a small suit, like possibly when he was like a ring bearer or something. He's drawing something on the front in crayon, looking in a mirror, just tongue out, and you can see he's trying to spell out something, trying to mimic yours. It looks like.
Heart tug.
Yeah, we gotta go talk to these people.
I'm gonna give her a few extra $100 and tell her, push comes to shove, use the money to get a hotel. But if you really want to do something, get with the other tenants, a petition, a fight. I know some people that could probably help, but there's only so much we could do. So,
yeah. Thank you. I gotta get to work. Thanks for everything.
By all means, ma'am. Have a wonderful day. Oh, never caught your name.
It's Violet.
Yeah. I'll process that on my way to work. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, landlord told us. I didn't want to make it weird by just knowing your name.
No, it's weird.
I'm Gregor.
The envelope has her name on it. Like, I don't know what you...
I'm Gregor.
Good to meet you guys.
I'm Chuck.
This is MAJIN.
MAJIN is MAJIN. What the fuck? You know how to pronounce my name. I'm sorry, cussing, but
you hear the kid
nice
in the background just say "fuck." He's like, "She's just."
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're in New York. There's no way that was his first time here.
Anyways,
she thanks you guys again, and she heads. I need to get to work, and she heads off into work.
Cool. And then to my apartment on the 4th floor.
Understood. You guys head over to Gregor's apartment.
Good old room 441.
I'm gonna hop on that PS5.
By all means, it's hooked up.
Yo, you got Naruto?
I don't know,
I'll clap
Chuck.
some cheeks in
You're
Naruto.
the one who bought the game.
Yeah!
Well, while they're doing that, I guess the rest of the night is me packing.
Seriously though, sometimes this week we should probably go check it out. Whatever address you found.
It couldn't hurt.
I ain't disagreeing. It's just a matter of It's just a matter of being able to take the right approach. Come at them swinging, they'll swing back, and they got more resources than we do. Come at it sideways.
This is towards Chuck. We're not at your level, so I'm not afraid of a fight. But I'm just saying I'm not trying to get my ass kicked by.
I mean, it's a hero organization. They're higher than Chuck's level.
Yeah, it's not like I have superpowers, guys. I feel the exact things I call the Lippard.
You're flying around on a cloud right now. Come on.
Yeah, I have a cloud and a red headband. Like, you have a magical golden eagle and a motorcycle that you could probably call to you, honestly.
It's like...
Never mind.
What makes you think she's magical?
It's a golden eagle. You guys were looking for me, and she came straight to me.
Probably because she was fighting dogs.
You were in a tree. You were
conversation continues. You guys play PS5. This continues for about 2 hours. Gregor, you begin to pack things up. MAJIN, Charles, you guys take turns and play various games on PlayStation 5. It's around 8 o'clock when your landline rings, Gregor.
I have a landline? I was using my cell phone for most of this. When did
Now
that
you
get-
do.
When
Who
did
the
that
fuck
get
uses landlines anymore?
It's part of the apartment itself. Like it's
Yeah,
some hidden
it's one of
landline
those
you
thi-
never
it's-
knew about.
It's
It's
one
like
of
an
those
intercom.
things where it's one of those things where it came with the apartment. He got them all installed. He can't get out of the he couldn't get out of the contract. Pick up.
It was cheaper to have
Pick-
with the internet for some reason.
Yeah. Pick up the pick up the landline. Gregor DeWitt speaking.
Gregor DeWitt. I'll be frank, I apologize for calling this late in the evening. I am a representative of the Scion Hero Group multiplanar, so I'll be frank with you. We received a phone call from your landlord that there was an altercation between you and some of your friends due to a business transaction that had been made.
Altercation? What do you mean?
Apparently he felt his life was threatened.
That's absurd.
I have to say I never threatened his life.
Either way, we'd like to have a conversation with you and your friends.
Oh,
We'd
of
like
course.
to settle this without having the police involved, as it was our business transaction that apparently led to this altercation. We'd like to see if we can settle things amicably.
All right. When do you want to meet?
Tomorrow morning, if you're free.
That should work. I don't imagine I have anything else to do. I mean, I only got to pack everything up. But, yeah, he gave me a good old week, so, yeah, that should work. Which address? When I had Googled you earlier, you had at least 6 separate places.
Our main office. 10 a.m.
I'm afraid that doesn't narrow it down. Your Google doesn't specify which one is your main office.
There's a pause. Check it again, it should now. We'll see you at 10 a.m.
All right, 10 a.m. local time. Got it.
There's no response as just the line goes dead.
Oh, that's very fucking rude. Didn't even say goodbye.
Who's
Asshole.
that?
We're doing the thing you want to do. 10 a.m. tomorrow. They just set an appointment up. We're going to the main office. Where's something semi-nice? Sorry?
Why did they call us?
Because we threatened the landlord.
Oh, you can't prove that in court. There are no cameras.
100%. That's what I told them. That
Snitch.
I didn't. I told them I didn't threaten him at all.
Well, I'm sure we'll get this all straightened out.
Yeah. Where's
I'm so excited.
something decent at least. That way
This is
when you
literally all.
what happened to the other clothes I gave you?
Unless they're around here. They got lost.
Did you check your pile?
I will check my pile of McDonald's wrappers and fucking.
Fucking everything you
Noodle
insist.
Charles, you
on
are a
ordering.
truly vile human being.
I just sleep on top of it against my sense.
Just a veritable rat nest. They're not there. It looks like you may have left them in Central Park somewhere.
God damn. Well, at least my dog.
Oh.
Oh,
What was it?
well.
Yeah, this
Imagine.
is just trash.
All right. The evening goes by relatively unabated. Gregor, do you continue packing?
I'll continue packing till about 9:30ish, then bedtime. And I'm enforcing bedtime because it's a studio apartment. If you guys are up playing your game, I won't be able to sleep. So it's bedtime at 10 for you.
kind of lame shit is this?
Man, you fucking sleep
Is this
anyways,
T-
Gregor. What is this?
Does
What do
TV
you-
don't
this
have a
is-
mute button or something? What do you mean?
It's the light. I don't like the light. Why do you think the windows have blackout curtains? It's not for the TV.
Oh, with that said, I'm gonna open up the window.
And it's the bedtime mode where it's like just the fucking the red light. It's no blue light, you know.
No. We're going to bed. You can play in the morning.
No, I can't. We have to
I'm gonna
go
whistle for my
fucking
eagle.
beat the shit out of Scions.
If you wake up at 6, that gives you 3 hours of playtime. If you go to bed right now, you'll get a full 8 hours of sleep. If you wake up at 4, that gives you 5 hours of playtime. If you go to bed now, you wake
I'm
up.
gonna interrupt them by diving into my rat nest.
Disgusting.
Okay. I want to point out that when I said pile, I did not think it was a rat nest. I just thought he piled everything that he owned in one corner.
I did,
He owns those
Yeah.
rappers.
including my friend.
Yeah, I know. As for MAJIN, you can take the couch. And I don't really
the
have
case
any.
for Nori goes in the pile too.
I don't have anywhere else for you to sleep really, and then I must go to sleep on my little cot.
Understood. Does anyone try to sneak some more PS5 time in once Gregor's asleep? All right.
I will open up the window and try to get my bird to come in. My companion.
Understood. You open up the window. The sounds of New York, again, the city that never sleeps, begin to cascade into this small space very quickly. Your golden eagle flies into the room, past you, onto one of Gregor's, not end table, but the coffee table. Appears it doesn't really care for being out in the cold of January.
I'd like to call in my cloud.
I'll allow
But
it.
why?
Because I want to sleep on that instead.
It's not. You'll have to curl up like a dog. It is.
Or just lay on it with my feet dangling off.
All right.
And likely your head too, mate. Probably is the
absolutely.
size of your
Not
torso.
good. Not good for your back.
It's fine. I'll just prop it against the wall, like use like some instant cup noodles as pillows.
You do this. MAJIN, the somersault cloud, comes into this space. Gregor, you hear nonsense occurring, but it quiets down relatively quickly as MAJIN closes the window.
Yeah. All right, fast asleep.
Mm-hmm.
You guys sleep. It is a relatively peaceful night. MAJIN, Charles, you sleep on the cloud, propped up against the wall. Relatively peaceful night for all. Except for your dreams, Gregor. You find yourself walking through a desert. No clothes, no shoes. The heat is terrible. You see a large black obelisk in the distance. The waves, the heat mirage coming off of the sand makes everything just a bit hazy. Feel a pull toward it. You march up the sand dunes. The obelisk never seems to get any closer. As you hike up one of the piles of sand forming into these loose mountains, you can see a figure standing on this precipice of this hill. Clad all in black, you think you recognize a staff in hand, the head garb of the high pharaohs of Egypt. He is unsettling. You don't know why. He looks just like a man. At least, you're sure he's just a man. The sun is behind him, so all you can really see is this silhouette. You continue marching. Despite what you may want, you continue marching. This figure reaches out towards you. You find yourself reaching out toward him. Your fingers very nearly touch as you get closer. You can see now, you should be close enough to see the distinguishing features, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. Even with the sun behind him, you're close enough to where you would be able to see these things, but they are not present. He's still just a shadow, just a black figure. And you reach out, your fingers almost touching. And then you wake up. Much to the aid of the golden eagle that MAJIN let in, you can see as your eyes open, the reason you woke up was a screech from the eagle. He's leaning over your head, staring. Your eyes open, not exactly bolting up in a fright, but once your eyes open, he screeches again and then flutters off.
I'm gonna readjust. I'm gonna take out my notepad from my jacket, which would be relatively close, and write this down because dreams vanish. I think this might be linked. Some Egyptian mofo is messing with me. Not right.
It is about 6 a.m. Charles and MAJIN, whether you guys would wake up at this point is entirely up to you, or if you guys would be the type to sleep in.
Early bird gets the worm.
I'd sleep in naturally at least until the sun comes up. After spending so many days outside.
Understood. MAJIN, you can see that your golden eagle has just woken up Gregor just by screeching into his face.
Good job.
That would be good.
Does the eagle respond?
When you say good job?
No, Chimmy.
To the name Chimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, relatively. There's not really like a as you stated earlier, kind of responds to every name you've given so far. It's nothing really has jumped out at it.
I'm gonna keep trying.
Well, I'm up. Get my... You want a bagel? I got bagels. I got cereal too. Charles insisted on me getting cereal.
Do you have bacon?
I have bagels and cereal.
No, I'm good.
All right. Go ahead and toast a bagel. Get my cream cheese on it.
Oh my god. I'll just grab something on the way there. Yeah, it's all good.
Wake up Charles so he can eat.
I'll go wake him up.
Didn't buy this. I bought this cereal for him. He needs to eat it.
Hey, Charles. What time is it? What, 6, 7?
It's like 6 something.
6 something. Hey, Charles.
Huh? Is it time to fight the Scions?
No, we got about like 4 more hours to go.
I'm hungry. Do we still have cereal?
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Cereals and bagels. Yeah.
Cool. Does anyone else want cereal?
Nah, I'm
I'm
just
gonna take the
grab a
cereal and
burrito on
I'm
the
just gonna
way.
pour milk into the bag of cereal.
You are a menace to society, and you need to be stopped.
I mean,
Do you have any spoons?
of course I have spoons.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to have to shovel it in with my hands.
You have eaten here before. Did you forget where the silverware is?
Everything I've eaten here before was spicy McChickens with cheese and mac sauce, old mayo.
No, it hasn't. That's not. The bag was open. You've eaten that cereal before.
No, I opened it. I never got around to eating it because this is the only way I eat cereal. The fact the bag is here means I haven't eaten it yet.
The fact, you guys see Charles pour the milk into the bag. He kind of binds up the top and then starts to shake it a little bit so it gets, a little bit, not soggy, but, it doesn't, it's not just eating just raw cereal at any points.
Yeah.
Truly a vile creature lives with you, Gregor. The morning is yours if you guys would have anything prevalent you guys would like to accomplish. Anything you guys would plan of attack.
I'm gonna right quick text Madam Jasmine the update on the notes on that dream. And then how are we gonna deal with the Scions?
I mean, I don't even know why they called you, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna go hear them out.
I think they're gonna threaten us. I think it's gonna be as simple as that. I mean, I'm just saying, they thought that they're a hero organization. We did something, and we threatened some. I think they're gonna threaten us. They don't want to get the police involved for any reason. I think that we're hurting we're hurting something they're doing, and they're gonna threaten us.
Maybe they're trying to do a plea deal. The landlord was saying that they didn't shy from whatever amount of money he asked. They just paid him basically the first thing he asked, right? So maybe they're gonna try and buy us off.
Yeah, I could see, but I think it's gonna come with some promise of, if we don't accept this, it's gonna be a problem for us. It's gonna start with the honey, then the vinegar is gonna come out. 'Cause that's how I would do it.
I don't know. We'll see.
Do we know anything about this organization? On Google facts about the organization before we go in.
What can we find out about the people?
Yeah, because I mean, it's a Scion organization. They rely on legend, so there's got to be a list of all of them and their accomplishments on their website.
Yes, there should be. You check their website. They've got a list of accomplishments for the organization. Their mission statement basically is upholding the law of the world, capitalized the world, maintaining balance and order in today's society. It's as I said in our last episode, they are basically a Scion police force. They're very stick in the mud and very at least on surface level, it's very the law and everything.
Okay. They're oh, I hate dealing with people who think they're the law.
I mean, aren't you kind of like the same thing, but not official?
I am a PI, sir. I am not at all an enforcer of the law. Nor I follow the law, and I know how to legally stalk people.
So you do everything they do, yourself?
No, I don't take justice into my own hands.
Yeah,
If I
except that part. Regardless, however we talk to him, I mean, it is what it is. Why? What's up with your hair, Charles?
I'm a Super Saiyan.
I'm gonna go take a
Charles,
shower.
it'll be cold. So you gotta pull out the hot tap before you turn it, otherwise it doesn't connect.
That's fine. I take cold showers.
Okay.
Ew.
You don't get to say you. Not after all the shit you've done. So, you guys prepare. MAJIN showers. Breakfast is had. Eventually, it is time to head out.
All right.
Yeah.
Out we go.
You guys leave a little early, as MAJIN said he was going to pick something up along the way for breakfast.
Say around 8 o'clock.
Understood. MAJIN, you pick up some food on the way. You guys continue throughout the city, moving through the world, and eventually make your way to the Scion headquarters. Planar Scion Hero organization.
All
Does that
right.
name seem kind of pompous to anyone else?
I mean, they're Scions. They kind of need that, don't they? Isn't there some like they need to be legendary? I don't know, man. You're the only Scion here. You should know this. Is that important?
I didn't. Listen, you saw everything I got, okay? I didn't get a fucking rule book on how to be a Scion, okay? Like, I was given a peach, I shat myself, I vomited blood, and then eventually gold came out. Like, I woke up in the shower, what do you want from me? Like,
Yeah.
give me a second. Let me get some coffee.
I don't necessarily want much. I don't know how this works any more than you do. I'm fairly certain they got to be legendary.
There is a... it's a lot like... this is not necessarily in the business district, but this is... They have a courtyard, essentially, in the front. Just concrete. There's a couple statues. You guys make your way. There is a secretary behind a circular desk, writing some stuff out, taking phone calls.
Hola, miss.
Hello. 1 second. Please hold. Do you have an appointment? May I ask who?
No, we're at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. She flips through her schedule. Ah, you're to meet with Mr. Yuan.
UN?
Yes.
Like 2 letters, like U and N?
No, Yuan.
Or...
Yuan. Y-U-E-N.
Y-U-E-N?
Yes.
Very original. Where do we go? You know what? I bet I could find it.
No, you couldn't. Where do we go?
I'll take you to him.
You sure you got somebody on hold?
I'll pass it over to the others. Hits a piece on her button on her earpiece. Says, Jasmine, will you please take the call on line 3, please? Thank you. She steps out from behind her desk. She's wearing a business suit. None of the pantsuit. None of the skirt portion of the pantsuit, I should say. She's wearing an actual pair of pants, and looks very professional. Hair tied back, and she begins to walk toward the elevator with you guys.
All right.
I guess I fixed my vest.
You guys ride the elevator up to the 18th floor. She walks with you guys into the lobby of this area. Seems to be a simple space, one office, and this is like a waiting area. She knocks on glass doors, double doors, that she, after she bids you guys to take a seat on these leather chairs, leather couches. The white carpet is unstained. Beautiful place, really. A bit pompous.
Is it like the floofy carpet, like the really poofy, like... Yeah, I'm just going to lay down.
Understood. She knocks on the glass doors, peeks her head in. You can hear her say something, and she closes the door and says, "Mr. Yen will be right with you." She kind of glances down at you, Charles, and just... Charming.
I can't fully elaborate how much more comfy this is than the park benches in Central Park.
Even more charming.
I like your nails. Have a good day.
She nods and heads back over to the elevator.
I'm not saying you should hit on her when we leave, but you definitely should hit on her when we leave.
I don't know how to hit on women.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I gotta say, like, that was a complete waste of her time. But, you know, whatever.
She knows how to.
Yeah.
She knows how to skate. That's what it is. She knows how to not do her job. That's
actually
impressive.
yeah. Okay. I get it now.
Fucking ST.
That's impressive. She could have just said that this was where we needed to be. She could have just given us directions, shown us the map. But
she could have had security walk us up here.
Yeah, that was S tier skating out of her work.
She probably got someone who was just like an idiot on the other end of that line.
Yeah.
Kudos.
You guys hear the doors open. Little metallic clicks as both the double doors of the glass begin to open. A gentleman stands before you now. He is of Asian descent, it appears. Dark hair. He wears a suit, but it is loose. It is not exactly like Gregor, you usually wear a loose tie. He wears no tie and is unbuttoned, the first two buttons down from the neck. Looks like a club garb more than a traditional business suit. His dark hair is combed in a almost a 1950s-esque style, where it's parted off to the side and then combed. But he looks to all of you and says, "Gregor DeWitt?"
Yes. Hello. You must be Mr. Yuen.
Yes, I am Ted Yuen. You may call me Ted.
You can call me Gregor.
Please do come in.
All right. Walk on in.
May I ask, who are these, the friends that I was told of?
Indeed.
Hi, I'm Charles Leon.
Pleasure too. Interesting. He shakes your hand. You are Shen.
Yeah. You mean that stinky, like, ink and paper nonsense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
He goes to look over at you, Majin. He looks you up and down. You can get a sense of a little bit of judgment. You're not unfamiliar with people kind of looking at you and going, And who might you be?
Majin. I'll extend my hand to shake.
He shakes your hand.
Nice to meet you.
He bids you to sit. He doesn't sit behind his desk. He kind of leans up against it on the front. Gentlemen, I'll be frank. I am the head of security at Planar Scion. I received a phone call last night about a problem with a business transaction we had dealt with with your landlord, I believe. Might I ask what the problem is?
Realistically, he made a woman cry.
As women are wont to do.
Exactly. We stepped in.
And this is why you threatened our business partner's life?
We didn't threaten
Whoa,
his life.
whoa. Yeah, calm down with that. Yeah.
His life was never threatened once.
Look, bottom line is, y'all kicking a bunch of people out their house, families, with a week time notice.
It is pivotal that we get that building repaired and up to our qualifications as soon as possible.
All right.
Couldn't you phase the residents out while paying for their stay in a hotel or something like that while you repair the building?
No, that's too expensive. They aren't going to do that.
Our organization gave them a week to look for a new place to live, which is amicable time, especially in a place such as New York City. People are constantly moving. The landlord is to give them back their rent for the month of January and move on from there. This is an agreeable situation, I would say.
All right. Then why are we here if that's an agreeable situation?
Because for some reason you felt the need to threaten a man's life, someone we were doing business with. He had felt like he had nowhere to turn. He didn't want to get the police involved due to your prior history, but
Due to my prior history, what does that mean?
he doesn't think they would do anything. He understands that you were once a police officer.
So he thinks I'm above
You
the
a police
law?
officer?
Don't worry about that. So he thinks I'm above the law? Does he think New York is corrupt? I feel like you should be more concerned about that.
We are, which is exactly why we're here.
Ah, so that's where it comes down. You think I'm corrupt.
Let's not mince words.
I'm not. I'm literally saying that you think I'm corrupt. Are you mincing words?
What is it going to take for you to leave quietly and to leave that man be? I would hate for things to have to resort to less pleasant measures.
Are you offering something to each of us?
He doesn't answer you, Charles.
I'm not giving him an answer. I legit was going to leave anyways. This does not make any... This seems to be a colossal waste of my time. So I'm going to waste his time.
I can see
Look,
that
man.
you... Go on.
To be honest, it sounds like he didn't go to the cops because this little transaction y'all had is kind of shit. Anybody from the outside looking in will say that it's kind of shit.
We're well within our legal ramifications. We're well within our rights.
Yes. Makes perfect sense. So well.
Legal doesn't make right.
What would make it right? Giving
Maybe.
them a month, 2 months. Meanwhile, the city of New York suffers under corruption and supernatural rule.
It's the building important if corruption and supernatural rule is the problem. Why is one building the pivot of all of that? That sounds a bit like a bit of mismanagement.
Presence, Mr. DeWitt. People need to feel safe. If we are present, even in the lowliest of slums, those places will feel safer. People will be...
So put a sign up. That's presence right there. You own the building,
If you
put a
had more
sign up.
presence, they would feel safe anyways.
Put a sign up. Keep the...
Say that
Hell,
one more
you
time,
could even-
Charles.
Oh, if you had more presence, they'd probably feel safe anyways. Like a symbol of peace.
I'm sorry. I feel the need to share something with you. You are Shen, correct?
Yeah,
Might I ask who your
Probably.
divine patron is?
sure. Sun Wukong's my dad.
I see. I am also Shen. I am a son of Guan Yu, the divine general. And as my father before me, security is my specialty. So I won't be taking advice, won't be taking direction on how best to ensure the presence of this organization. I won't be taking suggestions on how to do my job, especially not from you.
You're getting real bent out of shape over a suggestion. Are you okay? Like, I think you're doing a fine job here.
My point being, gentlemen, the reason I've called you here, your landlord doesn't want the police involved. So what are we to do about the situation?
Well,
That is something I am open to suggestions to.
landlord, why does it matter if the landlord doesn't want the police involved? Why are you solving the problem? I feel like that doesn't necessarily fall into your purview.
In a world where the police are corrupt and someone feels unsafe, who else could they turn to besides the gods?
I feel like that's wonderful marketing and also great slander. But to specify that the world is corrupt and all that and not be solving the problem only makes your marketing seem to betray you there. I don't know. Anyways, I ain't a king of marketing. It doesn't matter. I see that there's no real, what's the word? There's nothing really we need to talk about any further, I don't think. Unless, after all, you're not corrupt, so you can't do any backroom deals, therefore. And given that the only other thing you could possibly do, son of the, what was it, Divine General?
Yeah,
Threaten me. Well, I'm not afraid to die, so that's not gonna work.
Do you feel threatened, Mr. DeWitt?
Did I say I felt threatened? I did not say that. I said that's something you can do. If you really want to threaten me, I'm sure I would notice. I don't really see a point in sticking around here, though, given that, well, you have all the cards. I have none. I stand up. It's been nice talking to you. Thanks for wasting my time.
You'll be leaving your apartment today.
Okay. Thanks for wasting my time. I could have been packing.
You'll also be allowed nowhere near your previous landlord.
Okay. Thanks for wasting my time. Also, you can't legally do that.
I think you'll find we can do a great many deal of things, Mr. DeWitt.
You can't legally do that. If you want me to stay away from him, you have to get a restraining order done. Which, given that he's fleeing the country, sounds like a waste of time for you as well as me.
Mr. DeWitt,
Eh.
I don't think you understand the situation you're in.
I think I perfectly understand it. You just threatened me in case if I should get near him. Something you can't legally do. Plus, you're wasting my time because you just kicked me out today. Now, if you don't mind, I need to go and pack. Now, will you shake my hand?
I don't think I will be.
I understand it. That's a Western thing. You must not really like that. All right, bye.
Looks to you, Charles. My advice is to get yourself some better friends. Perhaps a positive influence will make you more respected than your father in the bureaucracy of heaven.
Sadly, impulse control is not one of my strong suits. Will you please, for the love of God, just fight me?
No, Charles, we're going. Charles.
Show me how strong this General Quan Yu can be.
Charles, he's a hero. No.
That's not important right now. Like,
Charles, we are
I
not
need
going to
to
get
fight this.
Charles, we are not going to get arrested for assaulting.
You were just leaving, weren't you,
them.
Mr. DeWitt?
Yes. And if there's one thing that I am responsible for, it's this man. Charles, come.
It's true.
You may take your leave.
Me or him?
I walk over to MAJIN, record the fight. The start, specifically.
I have to fight this man. Like, I have to get my shit kicked in. Like, I cannot stress this enough.
Make sure to record the fight. Please.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. With that, I will leave, making sure to be seen on cameras leaving.
Gregor, you depart. Majin and Charles, you guys are left. Your friend talks far too much, and has got quite the mouth on him. I don't sense
that's fine.
any.
He's in person more often than not.
I don't sense any divinity in you. You sure you don't want to go after him?
Why is this like a divine only club or something?
I would just hate to see you harmed. You look a bit fragile.
Ah, man. You know, like, I'm not one to back down, but I'm also, pro de-escalation. So this is my attempt to de-escalate. This organization is supposed to be, heroic heroes and taking care of the people and shit like that. Bottom line is, there's a family living in that place. 2 kids, single mom, 2 jobs, with a week to get out. If you don't think that's wrong, then it's kind of hard to say who's corrupt and who's not.
We look at the bigger picture. Majin, was it?
Yeah.
Well, when you look at the bigger picture, you'll find that individuals will suffer, and it is unfortunate. We help where we can. But if we worried about every child, every woman with 2 jobs, nothing would get done.
The bigger picture is that this is your doing. Shit happens. You can only control the 1% you have control of. So you're doing this.
Their suffering is not on my hands. I'm doing all that I can to save this city.
Whatever makes you feel good at night.
What have you done to help these people?
Whatever I can control.
I imagine you control very little.
Yeah, it's about right. Doesn't make a difference, really. As long as I know that I'm doing right. Like ensuring they get their money back.
Through intimidation, you cause others suffering. You cause another person suffering to alleviate another. Is that just? Is that right?
In my eyes, yeah.
No one has granted you the ability or the purview of justice. No one... Who are you to say what is right? Who should suffer and who shouldn't? We have divinity on our side. You have a flawed moral compass.
Hey. Seems that is full circle. Whether you're divine or not, still flawed. And the fact that you sit here and argue me about what's right and wrong, or about booting out a family in the mid of winter is for the greater cause, then hey, flawed moral compass, yeah.
You're right. It is pointless to argue with you. Things are about to get physical, Mr. MAJIN. If you don't wish to be hurt, I suggest you leave as well.
I'll stick around.
Suit yourself.
I want to punch you in your perfect jawline. Come here.
Charles, scale is very prevalent in Scion.
Yep.
Certain enemies you will simply not be able to measure up against. You are mortal tier. This individual is outside of your... As a newly awakened Scion, a newly visited, he is far out of your realm of possibly winning.
Mm-hmm.
So, MAJIN...
I'll attempt to record, like our friend suggested.
You do this. Charles, you land a few good punches. But this individual, as I said, is far beyond your capabilities to handle. Very soon, your ichor is staining his carpet. He drags you over to his desk, lays you onto the desk itself, facing up, staring at the ceiling. He slams his elbow into your ribs. You can feel the air forced from your lungs. He looks vicious. And you haven't had a beat down like this in a long time. He brushes his hair, now in his face, behind his ear. He looks over to you, MAJIN, kind of are holding the camera down by your waist. What is that? Give that here.
I'm send the video off real quick.
Understood. You reach for the phone, you start to send it over to Gregor. And he just says, you can hear him say again, give that here. Do
Why? No, I ain't give you my phone.
He starts to walk towards you.
Calm down. All right. I think the fight's done.
When a god gives you an order, you obey. He's standing before you now, Majin. What do you do?
Are you getting this recorded too?
I mean, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
If you upload to the cloud upon ending a video,
You sent off the other videos, so it'll be 2 separate videos. But yes, you can start recording this. It's just a matter of if the phone survives long enough to get this part sent off as well.
Can I do like a Facebook Live video of all of my probably 2 friends?
Yeah, I'll say yes. You've got Gregor and Charles on there.
Some of the nomads.
The nomads, of course, have a Facebook group and whatnot. You're recording this. He reaches for the phone. Would you like to try to dodge?
Sure, I'm backing away.
Give me Dex Athletics. I'm going to call this 5 successes necessary to succeed.
You said what you wanted me to roll again? Athletics
Dex
and Dex?
Dex Athletics, yes, please.
It's not gonna work. I got 3 successes. One was a 10. Well, let me roll. Let me roll because if I roll another 10, right, it could keep going, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Potentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 successes.
Not
Damn.
quite enough. He snatches the phone from you and crushes it in his hand. What insolence. After everything you've seen me do to your friend.
That was a Google Pixel, man.
Fuck your Google Pixel. I am so sick of you mortals believing that you are the deciding factor, that you have the right to judge us. Kneel.
Godly.
Don't do it.
This is what you're riding right now, huh? That power trip. You're gonna keep riding it.
What I do is none of your concern. Unless I make it your concern. Now kneel and beg for your friend's life.
Oh, man. Like I can't really do that. That's like I understand the type of danger I'm in right now, but like come on. Really?
You see his eyes shift, a twitch of the eyelid. Charles is still catching his breath, fading in and out of consciousness. Majin, he strikes you. And it should be enough to shatter bone, but you feel like he's pulled back a bit. It still packs quite a punch. You see your blood spill out onto the floor. You fall. What would you like to do?
Man, that's one way to make me kneel, I guess. That's I'll try to stand back up and
I said kneel.
look, man. It's a matter of principle at this point.
He doesn't allow you to finish. He strikes you again. He goes over to you before you can stand. Lifts you up by your vest. Beg for his life.
How fucked up does Charles look?
Charles looks pretty fucked up.
As I speak, I imagine blood is spitting. And I say, please, please stop being a douche.
He looks pleased whenever you start out with please, and then you insult him and he punches you again. He doesn't stop. He continues to hit you. He continues to kick you. Your blood continues to spill. Charles, you're coming too. And you look over, and from your point of view, Charles, you see MAJIN being beaten down. You've never seen this man take a beating like this before. Your rage builds. MAJIN, Charles, a right hook to your jaw, MAJIN. Blood spills, mixed with something different. You spit. There is no blood. There is only golden ichor. As you feel your wounds begin to pulsate with warmth, you no longer feel the pain of all that you've endured up to this moment. What would you like to do?
Guess looking at it, be like, what the fuck? And am I able to push back?
I would say yes. It'll be difficult, but yeah.
When I see him push back, can I try haymakering this dude in the back of the fucking dome?
Absolutely. You two tag teaming this individual will bring scale down enough to where you guys could stand a chance.
Let's clap them cheeks, boy!
Hey.
So you guys take narrative control. We're not going to exactly do a 3-round and out. We're not going to exactly do this we're going to basically do one single roll. But you guys set the scene for me. What happens here next? Charles, you leap from the table. You want to throw a haymaker, correct?
Yeah.
MAJIN?
I want to just block him in the back of the head, and then maybe try for a grab as I'm going over him.
Bing bong. As he clack him in the back of the head. I'm gonna take the front and try to throw one at the gut.
Understood. So Charles,
Like you cut, dude.
you leap up, rushing up, throwing your haymaker in the back of this man's head, his back of where the spine meets the skull. He pushes forward. MAJIN, you grab him by his hair as he leans down and start to hold on to him as you punch him in the gut. Your strength, you feel that this is stronger than you've ever hit anybody. This is without any restraint, without any walls, any blocks, anything. This is the hardest you've ever hit a man. You can feel his ribs break. Both of you guys would kindly give me close combat and whatever approach. This will be in the physical arena. I'm assuming might for both of you, but I could be wrong.
No, that's right.
If I could do Dex, yeah.
You could do
I'll
Dex.
Dex.
Both of you guys go ahead and give me your rolls.
I got 6 success. 5 material.
5 successes.
Understood. So set the scene for me, guys. He failed by 1 success. What does this look like? You guys are going to win this fight. What does this look like? I'll let you guys take narrative control. You guys are bouncing off one another, tag team against. This is a very much a Winter Soldier and Captain America against Iron Man moment for you guys.
Yeah, so after I clock him in the back of the dome, I want to grab his shoulders and, like, somersault flip him over MAJIN onto the fucking ground, and then duck and let MAJIN get a hit in.
Yeah, as he's on the ground, just, straight soccer kick to the face, and very sluggish, might I add, because I just got my ass whooped pretty bad. But yeah,
I want to grab him by the leg and jump in the air and slam him back into the ground.
Excellent. Gregor, we join you outside for a moment. Are you in the lobby still, the very main floor, or are you outside?
I wouldn't have gone outside. I would wait for them. I would have been, since he was living it, I would have watched the video. And I would have probably started leaking that to somebody.
Understood.
I don't really have any connections in the press, but, there are people who chase accident chasers, and being able to, I imagine I know at least one of them. Or,
you're doing this, and you're treated to a site that is strange to say the least. Though maybe not the strangest thing. I'll leave that up for you to decide. Maybe not the strangest thing you've seen in the last 24 hours. The doors, the glass entrance of this building is glass doors and glass panels. All of the glass is shattered from sound of hoofbeats as a horde, a tumen is the traditional term, depending on how much there are, of men on horses, begins to rush toward the building.
Oh! I take cover.
You duck behind the circular desk alongside the secretary, who is just like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know, it's God shit!
The horses, men on horses, you can hear the neighing and the whinnying as you can hear what appears to be their leader shouting in a foreign language. Some of them take to offices, dismounting. Others continue on their horses, going to other offices. A few of them, though, break down the doors to the stairs, the emergency stairs. Sirens begin to blare as the fire alarm is somehow tripped. MAJIN and Charles, you guys hear this as well, as you guys are giving this dude the beat down. The alarms, I mean, not quite the horses yet.
I ignore it.
Yeah, we're not done with this dude.
Flashing red lights and the alarm of fire alarms. You guys begin to hear hoofbeats. There is a moment where the gentleman, Ted Yuen, is on the ground, coughing up a bit of blood. He's still not quite unconscious or anything like that. He's still just not exactly in the fight anymore. But the glass doors to his office are shattered as about 15 horses with men on the back wearing armor, wielding weapons of old, storm the building. They begin to circle the office. About 5 of them actually make their way into the office itself and just circle the 3 of you.
And be like, shit, we should. I'll throw my hands. We should probably just stop.
I'm gonna give him one last good punch and then be like, yeah, we should stop.
The horses begin to stop. A man clad in white, in these white robes, braided hair, and facial hair that looks to have been not groomed necessarily, like in an extravagant sense, but definitely has had some beard oil or some shea butter introduced to it. Steps off of his horse. He goes over to the gentleman on the ground. Looks to him, and then looks to the two of you. Kind of pulls this gentleman up. This individual, clad in white, is fairly tall. He's about maybe 6'3". Majin, you think you might recognize him. When last you saw him, you think you may have seen him in a suit.
Look, we don't want trouble. The shit's gotten too far.
He smiles. And lifts the gentleman on the ground, Mr. Yuan, forcing him to look at him. He says, "Kneel." You can hear Mr. Yuan speak and say, "You can't be here. Gods aren't allowed to. This can't be actually you. You presume to tell me what I can and can't do? Kneel." There are laws. You can't be here. Gods can't walk this world. You see him backhand Mr. Yuan. The force of this strike is enough to send him into his own desk, breaking the wood. You can both hear him speak. If you ever lay your hands on my son again, I will burn everything you love down. I will go to the bureaucracy of heaven, and the Shen should know what happens when I visit. Mr. Yuan is unconscious. Probably heard none of this. He turns to both of you. Gentlemen. Mr. Skullson, I believe.
Yeah, I think I've given up that name.
I must thank you for the assistance.
Not a problem.
If I may have a moment alone with my son.
Sure. I'm going to break through the nearest window and hop out calling my somersault cloud.
You do this. He kind of chuckles and looks to the other men on horses and he says, "Secure the building." They ride off and presumably dismount their horses somewhere. It's a surely they're not just going to ride the horses throughout this entire building. But you never know. You're left alone with this individual, Majin.
Thank you for that.
You did well.
Man, I got my ass kicked pretty bad. I think I might be missing a tooth.
It is through our defeats that we learn. This will not be your first. But if you learn, then it will be One of very few. You've taken the name MAJIN.
I mean, it was kind of given to me, you know, but yeah. Not to be rude or anything, but are you telling me you said your son?
Yes, MAJIN. You are my child.
Okay.
The irony of a father visiting his son as the father's daughter
Yeah.
harasses him.
She was asleep this entire time, and this scene comes in.
I love it.
But yeah, okay. Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, honestly. How are you feeling? Do you require... I have healers.
I mean, oddly enough, I don't feel too bad. Not nearly as bad as I look, I guess. I feel like I've seen you before.
Yes, I stopped your, whatever individual you were chasing. I believe a few weeks ago.
Tommy. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss. I don't really know what to do here.
It's a very strange situation, I understand.
Yeah. So does that mean that I'm like my friend who just jumped out the window?
That is a difficult question to answer. Yes and no. He is of the Shen. He will obey laws and rules, and at least to a point he will have to be controlled. You are not Shen. You are Tengri. He is son of a trickster and a warrior. You are the son of a conqueror. Your destiny is, of course, your own. But the blood we share, I think you'll find a little bit of similarity.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's damn. I don't have to eat any fruits, do I?
No. What do you
Okay.
mean?
He ate like a peach and started shitting and throwing up everything until, I guess, what did he call it? Ichor came out. I was just making sure I didn't have to go through that.
I think you've gone through enough. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I agree.
It was bold of you to challenge someone far above your capabilities.
I mean, he challenged me, really. Like, it's the principle of it.
A lesser
Can't
man
just
would
be a
have
dick.
folded. A lesser man would have given in.
Yeah. here I am. So, you know, um, I mean, he's not gonna cause any more trouble for you or us, is he?
Not if he knows what's good for him.
Okay.
Mr. Yuan should have no further interactions with you. Now, what's this about an apartment building?
My friend, not the one that just left, but he lives at this place that the Scions bought. Gave everybody a week to get out. A lot of families are, you know, kind of screwed. So apparently we spoke. Well, now apparently we spoke to the landlord, and he got scared and contacted them, and that's why we're here. So, yeah.
Well, let's get the full story from everyone, shall we? I imagine you'll have questions. I imagine that you'll have things come up that only I can answer. But for now, let's take care of your friends, shall we?
Yeah.
Come.
All right. I'll follow.
He walks. Gregor, the horses have stopped. Basically, there's a few just left in the lobby, but they're not making a move to like apprehend you or anything like that.
Yeah. I don't know what's happened. This has the same general feel. Does this have the same general feeling as what happened yesterday with the animals?
Possibly.
Okay. I'm not gonna be able to connect this to MAJIN, so in my mind I imagine in any way, shape, or form. So as of right now, my thought is okay.
Charles.
Pardon?
Just blame it on Charles.
No, I'm not blaming Charles. This is a fucking building full of Scions. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they pissed off another group of Scions, or, you know, Titans, or anything like that, and just fucking... This was the equivalent of a turf war? Or a flex? I can go into your building, fuck you. So I'm not trying to look conspicuous.
Okay. Charles, you leapt out of the window, calling her somersault cloud. Where would you like to be? Where would you like to go?
You're muted.
Safely down, like to the. I guess I would just start with going down and then walking around the building until I found the entrance.
Understood.
Making sure I keep a hand on the wall so I don't get lost.
It's not too difficult to find, especially with the shattered glass. But you find yourself in the lobby. There are men on horses. As you kind of drift in on the somersault cloud, they look at you, raising their weapons.
Whoa. All friends here.
Gregor, you hear Charles's voice.
Is that you, Charles?
Yeah.
What's going on?
MAJIN special too.
Pardon?
MAJIN special too. And we clapped that Scion's cheeks.
Good to hear. I'm gonna get out from behind cover. Wearily.
What are you doing under the desk?
You do this. The men on horses kind of look between the two of you, like just keeping a tentative watch on the both of you. The woman, the secretary beneath the desk as well, was just kind of like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna go with the secretary. Looking pretty cute. You doing anything later?
Please get away from me. I don't think they see me yet.
What? You're fine. I'll protect you.
What did you mean MAJIN special 2?
Ah, he's like me. He's a Scion.
Oh, is the by the horseman?
Yeah. You want to ride on a cloud girl?
Please get the hell away from me. I don't need attention drawn to me right now.
Why not?
you
I mean,
scared?
they're not necessarily hostile, unless you're hostile to them. Are you hostile to them?
The men on horses kind of begin to laugh, and they speak in this foreign language, and there's a bit of chuckling between them all. Majin, is there anything you and your father discuss on the way down? Do you have any questions or any prevalent conversation?
Just awkward stuff. So you're my dad. That's So where you been?
Making, I guess, trouble would be what most people call it for the others. The Shen, the Kami, the Deva. People need to stay on their toes. Remember that they aren't exactly safe.
Sounds fun. So, is there like a whole processing thing, or it's like, well, am I made man now, or?
What do you mean processing?
Shin talking about, documents and get you, your purviews or whatever. And
No, you are not Shen. These things will come naturally. These things will come with time.
Okay. Oh, I mean, that's cool.
Ultimately, the path you choose is yours. You'll find what is right for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's okay. So, no big changes then. Like, I'm still able to just, ride around and, relax.
For the most part, yes. I may have a task for you soon. But for the most part, your life is yours.
Okay.
I have been watching for a time, and I have had a visit with your friend's father, Sun Wukong. He's let me in on a small plan in order to test your friend Charles. Given Charles's... the information I was given on Charles, I don't think he will be able to accomplish this. Not on his own. My task is simply that you help him. A man is nothing without his allies that he can trust.
Okay. Any idea what this task is?
I can't say too much. You need to be able to feign surprise. But the Monkey King is keen on making Charles relive one of his legends.
Okay. Um, yeah, sure. I mean, it's not really a question about it. I'm not going to just leave my friend. So if he's going through something, I'll be there.
Excellent. Besides, I think that he will face much adversity, likely of his own making. But we'll have time for that later.
Yeah.
At this time, you guys reach down in the lobby. Gregor, Charles, you guys see MAJIN walking with a man clad in white robes, hair in braids, and a leather warming cap.
Do I recognize him?
I'm going to ask for a...
I did try to take note of that man's face, because he acted very suspicious when he just, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, no, without a doubt, you recognize him as that individual. It's just a matter of if you recognize him for who he is.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to do that. I'm just... Okay. Okay. All right. Met him before.
So, yeah, these are my peoples. You already met Charles. And this is Gregor.
Good day.
Pleasure
This
to
is
meet you.
what do I call you? Pops, or your name, or I mean, Temujin.
Father,
Yeah.
Khan. Turns to Gregor and Charles. You may call me Genghis Khan.
You same guy that planted all those trees?
Yes.
I like you.
Thank you. It tends
Unexpected development.
It tends to get overshadowed by the other accomplishments.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you did so much.
I didn't like to
No, I'm
be...
thinking the Ottomans.
I didn't like to be a loaf. That's for certain.
Can't blame you there. You've shaped history in a way that many people could never have done. We're the most Scions, actually.
He smiles. I am not here to brag, or to reflect on my own accomplishments. MAJIN tells me that you've been having issues with this organization, and that your apartment building is being purchased by them.
Yeah, they're being unreasonable in the time scale. The purchase itself isn't the problem. It's just kicking everybody out within a week. I mean, there are families that live there, and that was the main issue.
Rest assured, I'll make sure that it gets taken care of.
All right.
Yeah, in particular, there's this. I mean, not to put anyone out or whatever, but there's this family. I think her name was Violet. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's the real reason what made us, do what we did. So,
He nods and says, I'll see that everyone in the complex is taken care of.
When you say taken care of, will we get a chance to fight that guy again?
I don't imagine he will be able to, not for a long time.
Okay,
Actually-
so you're not killing
actually-
them. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, we appreciate it, sir.
I appreciate the both of you helping my boy.
Not a problem. Sometimes he gets lost on his path, but it's nothing we can't iron out, you know?
At this point, Gregor is actually laughing.
You
I'm
can
sorry,
see there's a smile that kind of creeps across the Great Khan's face. He looks over to you, MAJIN, and there's... It's strange, all the stories you've heard about Genghis Khan, sense of humor was not exactly something he was known for, but that smile shows that there's like a little mischievous grin. He reaches out to you, Charles. His hand...
Handshake?
No. Almost as if to grab you. But he doesn't grab for you. He just kind of ruffles your hair. This funny little monkey.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel so proud of myself, but so fucking jaded at the same time.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, what do we do? Do we just...
Great Khan, if I may ask a question.
Of course.
For these two, because Sun Wukong gave no information, how do they progress higher in the scale?
They accrue their legends. They build their own. They will continue on their journeys. They will commit. Greatness finds your kind. You will find yourself trying to avoid conflict or avoid supernatural disorder, and it will always find you. And your names will become great.
See, so as they become greater, okay, so they build that way, which would imply to me, is there a reason why so many Scions insist on weird titles?
I think you're focused too much on the mechanics, my boy.
That's just, I've always wondered these things, but there's no like official textbook.
Like a rule book? Maybe a guide for people playing this game we call life?
Out of character, I'm trying to get a roundabout way to make me think that if I slander this guy, would that hurt his legend?
No, it doesn't matter. We kicked his fucking teeth in, like...
We
his
don't have
legend's
video
already
of
gonna
that.
be hurt.
We don't have video of that. We have video of him being an a-hole, and then him getting his kicked. Then the obvious Genghis Khan showed up to beat the shit out of him.
Well, what if we take the video feed from the room?
They're gonna delete that almost immediately. We don't have control over that.
I'll be in contact with all of you again very soon. For now, I need to secure this building and make sure that its inhabitants know exactly who is in charge.
All right. Thank you for your aid.
He nods. He puts his hand on your shoulder, MAJIN, and says, "It is a pleasure to finally meet you, and I look forward to all that you will become."
Same. It's great meeting you too. You don't need any help, I'm assuming, looking at all the people with horses.
Me and my men will take care of this. He steps, just takes a single step away for a second, and then looks back and ruffles Charles's hair once more. Funny monkey. And then walks up the steps.
All right, let's
Why are you so calming?
Pardon?
Oh, when he ruffled my hair, it was just so nice. I don't like it.
Oh. Let's head out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the secretary if she wants to come with me. What's up, girl? You want to tick around the cloud?
Please leave. Your presence here today has made my life significantly more difficult and more strange.
You would think they would stop inviting me places. Well,
Wait,
have a good day.
Wait, more strange? How? You work in an organization where this stuff should be.
Please go away.
No, no. What do you mean by
I
that?
need you to leave.
I'm about to fly
You're not in
off,
charge of the
Gregor, let's
building.
go.
You're not in charge of the building anymore. Yeah. Okay. With him saying that, I'm gonna walk away because we'll never see him again. If he has 3 dimensions that he can get lost in, we'll never see him again.
You hop on the cloud with Charles, Majin. You walk out to your bike. Charles and Gregor, well, Majin too, you see this as well. The moment you are outside of the building, outside of the threshold of the building, Charles, you are tackled off of the somersault cloud. Majin, Gregor, you very quickly see that this is the individual Sun Wukong. Tackled off of the somersault cloud, you guys roll a bit. He sort of stands above you, his staff in hand, and says, Charles Leon Skolson.
That's not my last name anymore. It's good to see you too, Dad.
Charles Leon. What's your last name?
Yeah,
now?
that's it.
What? That just.
That's it. Just Charles Leon.
Okay, Charles Leon. I have a task for you.
Well, I'm not doing anything at the moment, so sure.
You. He points to the staff down towards your face and says, must journey west. Your friend is now without a home, and you must deliver him to California in order to give him a new place to live.
Wait, so he has to live in California? What?
California specifically.
Yeah, it's a journey to the.
Maybe Washington or somewhere else.
What's that?
Can it be Arizona?
No, it's
West.
guys. It's a journey to the west. It's a
Yeah,
symbol. It's
Arizona's-
symbolic.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
Alaska's
why do I?
further to the west than
So, wait,
California.
hold on. So I don't have to live there, right?
No, you guys are journeying. We're gonna make you get to live in the west. You must journey to the west and bring your mortal friend. Oh, congratulations, by the way, Majin. You must bring your mortal friend west.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
This is your first task as a scion of the Great Monkey King.
Can we take a plane?
No, that would be cheating. What is wrong with you guys? No.
That is efficient.
I was
way
just
to do it.
asking. I'm okay with like legitimately hitchhiking all the way there.
You
I'm
can
not hitchhiking all the way there. We're getting a car at least.
It's got to be like ground level. You can take the cloud, but you got to do like ground level stuff.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying I can't hitchhike there, Gregor?
I mean, you can hitchhike,
No,
but it's just
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hitchhike there. I'll get a car.
To be fair, we'll never make it to California. Oh, I see. Is this? This is gonna be hard for me.
Wait. I'm the Buddhist monk?
yeah.
What was his name?
It's not important. Really, the hero of that story was me. So I mean,
Didn't he ride a dragon? Do I get a dragon?
no, you don't. Guys, no, it's this is all symbolism. You gotta focus.
I think a dragon would be pretty symbolic.
I'm not giving
We
you a
should
dragon.
get you a bike.
Speaking of bike, MAJIN, you stopped short. Your motorcycle was still parked by the street. It is now moved on its own over towards you. No rider, no kickstand. It is now in front of you. What would you like to do?
Told ya!
Wave my hand. Maybe there's an invisible rider or something. Is it even on? What's going on here?
Oh, it's
I
on.
don't-
It's on. Though you don't have the key is not in the ignition. There is no invisible rider. You touch the gas tank for a second, and for a brief moment, you can feel your vision change. You can see the great war horse that this actually is, the spirit of the stallion that is housed in your motorcycle.
She's fucking beautiful. And I just pet it. Get
So
lost in the trance.
there's a rev as the throttle doesn't pull itself, but you can hear the throttle liven up a bit as Charles is on his back with Sun Wukong explaining, this is just symbolic. You guys are gonna go west. MAJIN realizing that his motorcycle is the housing for a spiritual horse, and Gregor now being seemingly made to move to California at the behest of Sun Wukong. That is where we'll end today's session of Scion Godsend. Thank you guys for joining us. We, of course, have been the Rolling Nomads. You can follow us at _Rolling Nomads on Twitter. And you can find us on our own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads, where we stream Vampire the Masquerade every Sunday before Scion. If you like what I do and the stuff that the nonsense that I bring to the table, you can follow me on Twitter and basically everything at Ramos the Nomad. That's basically all I've got for shilling stuff out. You guys got anything?
Nope.
Nope.
Right on. Did anyone accomplish goals and deeds and stuff?
Uh,
I did everything but donate Icar.
No.
I just had investigate my vision, and I don't know. That's up to you. I
Investigate.
called somebody about it.
Yeah, it'll be an ongoing process. So you've started the
Yeah.
investigation. So I'd say yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Excellent. If we have nothing else, you guys all squared away?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Then we will see you guys next Sunday, same time, same place, for episode 3 of Scion Godsend. See you then.
Okay, love you, bye.